blink and focused on his face again. "Okay," I began, clearing my throat. "Let's forget the fact that we're not even officially a thing, but are you breaking up with me?" He nodded sagely. "Yeah, I am." "Is this because I haven't slept with you?" God knew he'd been trying since the first date. After dinner tonight, he'd invited me back to his apartment. I'd declined. Had he known he was dumping me then? If I had slept with him, would he still be breaking up with me? Jerk. His face flushed, his tanned skin turning ruddy. "You have a high opinion of yourself." "No more than you do," I snorted. "I mean, you think I want to marry you after 4 dates?" I shook my head. "Ego much?" "Look, you told me yourself that you were with your last boyfriend since high school, and you thought you were going to marry the guy." He shook his head and gave me that pitying look again. "I'm not up for being his replacement." I fumbled for the door handle. "I'm not looking for a replacement." "You should lighten up, Georgia." He gave my shoulder an obnoxious squeeze. I looked back at him. "Come on, you're a pretty girl. Stop being so serious and have some fun." I flung open the door and swung my legs out onto the curb. He grabbed my wrist, stalling me. "Don't you ever just want to get laid? Try it out with a guy you haven't been with forever?" Heat swamped my face. Yeah, I'd thought about it. I'd thought about it a lot since Harris dumped me, especially since both my roommates were having marathon sex with their hot and fabulous boyfriends. Unfortunately, Joshua's sloppy kisses and pasty palms hadn't exactly turned me on. I just kept agreeing to go out with him when he asked, telling myself I was being too picky, too superficial, that sex was overrated. And now I was angry with myself for not trusting my instincts. Leaning across the console, I toyed with the corner of his crisp collar. His eyes went fuzzy. "What about it, Georgia?" His voice got all husky. "Want to knock the cobwebs off it?" Charming. "Yeah," I breathed against his lips. "I think about sex. Hot sex. A lot. I think about doing it with a guy until my eyes roll back in my head and I forget my name." He groaned and tried to close the tiny bit of space between our lips, but I pulled back, releasing his collar. "So I better go find that guy, huh?" Feeling somewhat mollified by the stunned look on his face, I pushed out of the car and slammed the door. Without looking back, I marched up the sidewalk to my dorm and punched in the numbers on the keypad, muttering to myself the entire time, vowing that I was done, finished, no more dates, no more falling for guys who looked good on paper. They all said the right things at first, but after a few dates, poof, the prince turned into a frog. I stopped in front of the elevator and punched the button. I tapped my boot heel impatiently, eager to get in my room and in a pair of comfy yoga pants. I had the place to myself tonight. Both Pepper and Emerson were with their boyfriends, and probably would be all weekend. Sadness pinched me at the thought. Then I instantly felt guilty. If 2 girls ever deserved happiness, they did. Ironically, a few months ago, I was the one with the boyfriend and they were single. I didn't begrudge them their happiness, but I was lonely. No Harris. My best friends busy with their own lives. I could only study so much. My grades were better than ever. I'd already finished my econ project, and it wasn't even due until the end of the semester. As I waited in front of the elevator, the building's outside door beeped open and then clanged shut. Annie strolled in, wearing a loose, low-cut blouse and tight-cropped pants. "Hey, G!" She stopped beside me, slurping from a ridiculously large iced coffee, piled high with whipped topping. She eyed me up and down, taking in my outfit. I was dressed to go out in jeans, boots, and a light cashmere sweater. "You already go out?" "Yeah."